What's up? I just made it home from a real estate school. Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, I kept forgetting to record day by day. So this is like my 1 week update. So today marks the end of the first week, and I go to a really well-known school here in Georgia. So far, everything's good. We're just going over like vocabulary. We did do some math problems, and surprisingly, it's very easy. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm so glad I went on ahead and did this. This is like such a great investment for me. So if you're thinking about going to real estate school, like being a realtor, or brand, have your own brokerage, like do it. I plan on being a realtor for about 3 years because to have your own firm, your own brokerage, you have to be a realtor for at least 3 years, and then you can go back to school for your broker license. So that's my plan. That's what I am going to do. Going to real estate school is on my vision board for the year 2024, and I started the year off with actually getting into school. I prayed about it because I do have a full-time job with a actual set schedule, set off days, and I just didn't know how it was gonna work given my work schedule. I just prayed about it, and God really made a way, so I knew it was meant for me to do this, and that's why I went on ahead and did it, and I don't regret it at all. Like, this has been a great first week. I did sign up for the 3 days a week for 6 weeks. So this is the end of my first week. So I have 5 more weeks to go. And that first week went by so fast. Granted, yeah, it's only 3 days, but still. The first day, we just had an introduction. We just introduced ourselves and everything, our name, where we're from, and an interesting fact about ourselves. So we were just like all getting to know each other. Second day, we actually dove into the books, vocabulary, and then today, the third day, we did more diving into the books, doing vocabulary and math problems, and it was really good. Hold on, somebody walking behind that. Okay. But yeah, it was really easy, surprisingly. I would not have understood all of this if I did online. So I'm glad, like, I knew myself I needed to be in the classroom. So I'm glad I did go ahead and sign up for the classroom, made that sacrifice to be in the classroom because I need somebody in my face, like, teaching me and everything. I could not do it online. It would not make any sense to me. So I would be done real estate school in March. So, and that would be here before you know it. So I'm super duper excited about it in this journey. So I'm gonna just be recording, like, it'd probably be weekly, honestly, weekly updates about school and everything, because day by day, that's kind of hard for me. So yeah. But I would definitely keep y'all updated. Stay tuned. Okay, so I know I skipped week 2, so this is for week 2 and 3 of real estate class, and we just been going over more terminology, and we got into math problems, and it's really not that bad. I'm catching on pretty fast and understanding better than I was the first week. Obviously, the first week is just a lot of information at once, and Week 2 was better, and then 3 was even better. And I had to move my seat, which helped me because a guy, he since we started, he just been sneezing, wiping his nose with his hands, touching the desk and all this, and he sat next to me, and it was just very distracting because I was like getting very cringy, and I was just like, yeah, I gotta move because my focus kept going towards him and what he was doing and all that hacking and bringing up all that thick mucus and swallowing. Okay, but yeah. But excuse my gear, like I just left my full-time job, so and it's rainy outside and I'm sweaty, I'm hot, and I said let me record this because I already missed the 2nd week, so, and we're going to the 4th week, and we're halfway through. Well, now more than halfway through because we start week 4 tomorrow. So I'm going to do some studying. I'm going to try to get some studying tonight and in the morning before class. I just wanted to update y'all, and I'm so excited. And this instructor is really giving us all the information that we need in order to pass this exam, pass the class and pass the state board. So I'm really like being focused and surrounding myself around people who is understanding, especially stuff that I may have trouble grasping onto, like some of the math problems. They understand it and they help me with it. So it's very important to like mingle with different people, and if you can't ask the teacher something, the instructor something, ask someone in the class who gets it. And because like even with the math, they teach us one way, but other people, they got the same answer in a more simpler form. So instead of for learning that hard way, because I surely didn't understand when the instructor taught us, I'm like, oh my gosh, like how did he get this and da da da. So somebody next to me understood it, but like they solved it in a different way. So I asked them, how did they get it? They showed me, explained it to me, and I liked their way better. So it's just important, like, you know, don't just stay to yourself. Talk to other people and get their point of view on how to solve problems and different things like that. This man, I'm sorry I got distracted, but yeah. But yeah, that's my little update. I'm ready to go in the house and shower and stuff. So I'll talk to y'all at the end of week 4. Bye. I just feel like every time I record, my hair not done, even though I did have my hair done. And I took it down. And when I had my hair done, I was like, okay, I gotta record. Because finally, you know, I'm looking some type of way. I'm looking decent. And didn't record at all. And now look at me, looking a hot mess. But anyway, I missed a few weeks of updating y'all. But it's just nothing but more vocabulary words and math problems. And one day was like full of math. And then our very last day, because I'm done with school, our very last day, we had reviewed everything and gave us a study guide, told us to study that because that's pretty much the test. And also he went over the answers to these homework question like packets that he gave us like weeks ago, but he never went over the answers. He finally went over the answers and everything. He told us which ones to put stars by because those questions would be on the class exam and also the state exam. So we want to study those. So I printed out the study guide because he airdropped it to us. So I came home and printed out, went over that while working and everything because I just been on a go 7 days a week between school and work. So while at work, I found time to study. Also, I did the practice exam that's online. That was part of my package that I signed up for with Barney Fletcher. And instead of her answering all the questions, I just submitted my answers and I took notes because they'll tell you like which ones you got wrong and right and why. So I purposely didn't answer all the questions. I probably just answered like 4 or 5 questions out of 150. That's why I had the bright idea to just go ahead and submit the answers and then go back. This bump is annoying, but it's a hormonal bump. But so I did that. I went back and looked at the correct answers and I wrote it down in my notebook, the answers and why it is the answer and how they came up with the answer and stuff like that. Math problems, I really didn't bother too much with that. It's not too much math on the exam, or the class exam. I haven't taken the state yet. It wasn't too many math problems. I'm like, I'm gonna just focus on vocabulary and stuff like that because it's more of those problems than math. So if I missed a few math or all of the math, like I'll still be good because I just can't remember all those formulas. Like I tried to watch different videos and stuff, but just, no. So I didn't bother with that. I just focus on all the other ones. So I feel like I did pretty good because a lot of the questions that was on the practice exam was the same that was on the actual class exam. And I feel pretty confident. We had to get score at least a 72, meaning that we can miss at least 50 points. Well, max 50 points. 50 questions. So, I feel like they're pretty good, but I have very bad like test anxiety to where I just overthink and everything. Even if I feel like deep down I feel like I did good, I would still talk myself like, oh nah, you probably ain't did that good. Like, don't hype yourself up that much. But in my soul, like I prayed, my family prayed for me. People at work that means well to me and who knows that I'm taking this test and stuff, they told me that they know I'm gonna do well. They don't know why I'm stressing. I got it. You know, just good words, positive affirmations. And I received all of that. And I just kept studying. I couldn't even really sleep last night knowing that I had this test today at 6 p.m. I woke up early, probably like around 8 something, and I had my notebook next to me in bed, so I just rolled over, went over those questions, like those answers and everything, fell asleep, woke up a couple hours later, did the same thing, went back to sleep, and then I finally got up and I just went through the answers, tried to eat a little something, but I really didn't want too much. I just like my nerves just bad. And start studying again. And then I gave myself a break because I don't want to overly study, if that makes sense, especially not knowing exactly what's going to be on the test. I know he gave us some pointers, but I knew it was 150 questions, and it just like certain problems, he told us to put a star by it because they're going to be on the exam, but it didn't equal out to 150. It probably equaled out to 10. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know really what to study, even though he gave us a study guide and stuff. I counted all those answers in the study guide. That still didn't equal 150. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. In the practice exam, it was 150, but I'm like, ain't no way they're going to give us these same exact answers or questions. But I was just like, okay, whatever. I just kept praying and praying. Had family praying, like I said, pastor praying, and I just told myself it was be fine. Plus, I had a dream. And I dreamed about my late grandmother, my mom's mom. And it's the first time I had a dream about her in forever, like really seeing her clear and everything. And this dream just felt so real. It's a vision, it's not a dream. So I saw her, and she gave me confirmation of other things outside of this. And also I saw that I passed my exams, both exams, and it made me feel better when I did have those dreams, but it's still the flesh side of me, I'm just like, oh no, like whatever. So I'm still like stressing. But I just kept reminding myself that I was going to do well, and I was already shown that I passed the test. So, and I was studying up until like 4 minutes before the class started, before we had to take our test. So I'm just in my car up until like 5:56 actually. And I was like, okay. Well, actually, it probably was 5:58. And I was like, okay, no, like, let me go ahead in this class. Let me use the restroom and just prepare myself. And that's what I did. Studied in the car. Then at like 5:58, went inside the building and prepared myself to take the test. And right when I opened the book, I saw that some of the questions looked very familiar because I have seen those same questions on the practice exam that I took, and also some of the problems that he gave us for our homework packets. So the math, I really didn't bother with the math because it's too many different formulas to remember, and it's not that much math on the test. So I felt as long as I did pretty well on the others, then the math really didn't matter if I missed those. Like, I would still pass. So yeah, I really didn't focus on trying to remember all those formulas. But I feel like I still passed. Like, I feel like I still did pretty well. But I find out in 2 days, and I'm just really nervous and anxious just to get my results. So whenever I do get those results, of course, I will let y'all know, and then it'll be on to taking the scheduling the state exam and taking it. And I heard that the state exam is actually harder than the class exam. And I don't want to wait to take it. I want to wait enough so I can get more studying in and then take the test, but don't wait too long. So whatever. Like, my stomach is literally messed up. Like, it's been in cramp. It's been rumbling. Like, literally got little Pepto, Walmart brand Pepto right here. It just, I'm not even measuring. I just been drinking it out the bottle. Like, my stomach been so messed up because my nerves are so bad. Even after taking it, I feel a little bit relieved, but still nervous. It's just like, okay, I got tomorrow to get through, then the next day, only a few hours, and then I would know my score. So I'm just anxious. Anxious is the word, I guess. Anxious to see my score, how well I did, and I will update y'all whenever I find that out. Even if it's days later, I'm gonna try to get back to it, but because I've been doing so bad, just a lot going on. But I'm making it. So I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Hey, so I did pass my final exam, the class exam. I still have to take my state board exam, and I schedule it for, I think it's like a week from today. And to be honest, I haven't been studying. It's just, after I took the test, it's just whatever. But after I took the test, it seemed like everything left my brain. But I am going to start back studying maybe tomorrow, because I am off of work tomorrow. But I do have other stuff to do. But I'm going to try to start back up tomorrow for real. I've been having headaches, and I've been busy with work and everything. But I'm going to make the time to study, because I do need to get this out the way. And luckily with the state board, like if you don't pass the first time, you can keep on until you actually pass. But the down part is you're gonna have to pay that the fee to keep taking it, which is like $100 and something. And I don't want to keep paying that. Well, with the class exam, you only had 2 times to take it, and if you didn't pass either of those times, so you have to retake the class, pay the price that is to take the class, and which is like almost $500. With my class is almost $500. But luckily I passed it on the first try. I didn't have to go for a second time, and it was fairly easy. Like all the math problems, I did skip over it because it's just too much to remember with the formulas and stuff. So, but with this, I'm gonna try to remember it. Like I'm really trying to get these formulas down pat. As far as definitions, I feel like I'm pretty okay with those, but I'm really gonna try to focus more so on this math this go around. So I'll update y'all whenever I do take my state board. I'm nervous, but I just been praying like I did for the class exam. I prayed and everything. People prayed for me. So I'm gonna just do it this time again. I didn't come this far just to come this far. One and done. So I'll see y'all. Bye. So I passed my exam. I passed the state exam, y'all. I wish it only took me 1 time to pass, but it didn't. It took me multiple times, and multiple, I mean on the 6th try, I actually passed. I have really bad test anxiety. Like when I get really nervous, I pee a lot. I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm just being real. My dog is crying. She over here doing stuff. But yes, I have really bad test anxiety, like to where I have to pee at everything. I can't think straight. I second guess myself like no other. I go back, I change answers, like, y'all. But I knew on the first try I had no business taking it. I was already having a rough day. Like, it was really bad day for me, and I just felt within my heart I wasn't gonna pass, but I was just hoping that I would have shocked myself and still would have passed. But yeah. So I took the test, the first test, April 1st. Mind you, we have to get at least a 109 to pass these tests. Y'all, I got a 79. She got an attitude. Yeah, that's how I felt when I failed. But then I took it again April 29th, and this is like a very significant date for me. So I was really praying and hoping I passed this go round. No, y'all, I got a 95. I took it again May 6th. I'm looking down at my notes. But I took it again May 6th. I got a 95 again. May 23rd, another significant date. I said, I have to pass it this time around. Like, I have to. I was close to passing. Missed it by 7 points. I got a 102. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm starting not to want to go through with it. You know, I started feeling a little doubtful or whatever. And then I took it again May 26th. I got a 103. And that time around, y'all, I cried like no other. Like, I'm talking ugly crying, screaming, like crying in the car for like an hour. An hour. What? It really did hurt my feelings for real, because I had more confidence on May 26th thinking that I actually was gonna pass. And I had so many people rooting for me and stuff. But no. it was so hard. I was like, okay, it's really not meant for me to do this stuff. Like, forget it. I'm not doing it anymore. I give up. I give up. I had people talking to me. They were just like, just because you failed don't mean that you're supposed to give up. You're supposed to keep going. Like, do not stop. And I'm thankful because if I listened to myself and just gave up, then I would never have passed. And so the next time I took it was June 2nd. And I exceeded the minimum score, y'all. I got a 117. Y'all, it was crazy because the last time when I went in, I was like, ugh, this is my 6th time taking this. Like, it's so embarrassing. Like, I don't want to have to take this test again. Like, if I don't pass this time, like, for real, like, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna do it again. Like, what? It's people that take the test one time and they're good. Yeah. So I went in, took the test or whatever. This go round, I did not go back and change any answers like I did all the previous time. All the previous times, I literally went back and was like changing my answers. I was second guessing myself like crazy. So this time I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm glad that I didn't do it. And so I submitted all my answers, and then you gotta leave out the test taking room. So I'm standing there. I was waiting for the lady to receive my results, like printing out whatever. I was waiting for it to come out the printer. And as I'm waiting, it seemed like I was waiting like 50 hours for this thing. But like, and meanwhile, I had to pee really badly, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold it. I'm gonna wait till I get my results, and then I'm gonna go use the restroom. But I couldn't help it. Like, I'm shaking and everything. I'm just like, I gotta go pee. Like, so I went to go use the restroom, and y'all, I literally was peeing and praying. Peeing and praying. I was like, Lord, please let me pass this exam. Like, I don't want to have to take it again. Like, please, please, like, let me pass it. And then I'm just like, girl, you already submitted your answers. Like, if you pass, you pass. If you fail, you fail. Like, it's too late. But I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, so literally, like, I get done in the restroom. I come out and I see the lady. She's like looking at me, like just staring at me. And I'm like, what? And then, like, she slowly started putting like a smile on her face. I'm like, what? I was like, nuh-uh. I was like, you can see my score? And she was like, I was like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I was like, stop, I passed. And then she was like, congratulations. I was like, stop, stop. Like, I am about to throw up and faint. She was like, please don't. She was like, the cleanup people don't come until a few more days, so please don't. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm getting really hot now. Like, no, I'm about to fall out. Like, no, stop, stop. And she gave me my papers, and then she started explaining to me like my next steps in order to actually receive my license, like the physical like certificate and everything. And I'm over here, okay. But meanwhile, like, I'm not processing anything she's saying. And I was just like, okay, gather up my papers, my belongings or whatever. And I was just like, she was like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you did it. You didn't give up and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, thank you, thank you. I was like, I'm sorry, but if you hear screaming in the parking lot, please don't call the police, okay? I'm just really happy. And she was like, I got you, I got you. Y'all, I went in the car and I was like calling everybody. And the place I went to go and take the test is probably like 40 minutes from my house. And 40 minutes is a long time, but it just seemed even longer because I'm ready to go home and tell my mom, you know, the good news and everything face to face. And I had like family in town and stuff. So I was just like, oh, that was like perfect. So, everybody is around and stuff, and I came home, just gave my mom the paper, and she was like scanning through it. She was like, no, and my sister's guy, he was here, and he was like, and I was like, and so he get the shout it. Everybody got the shouting and stuff. My mama finally read, like it said pass and all that stuff. And so we all just like so happy. Everybody congratulating me and stuff. Want to take pictures with my license. Oh, mind you, no. Let me back up. It wasn't with my license that they took pictures. But we did take pictures. It wasn't with my license this go round. So I think it was like the next day or something. Then that's when I had to go and get my license from this other place. I picked up my license, and that same day I had an interview with my dream brokerage. So I went to my interview after I picked up my license, and I signed with my dream brokerage. So I was super excited about that. It was just like nothing but up from there. And let me look at my notes, see where I'm at, because the way I be forgetting stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all things that have helped me pass this exam, okay? Given that it took me 6 times, but each time I actually learned something from it. So I took the practice test. Like my school that I went to, they actually gave us practice tests and everything. So I was doing that multiple times. I would go in, and on my notebook, I would write the question and the correct answers. And I did that. I don't know how many times I did that. And then I would actually study those, like in my notebook. Instead of always taking those practice tests, I would go in my notebook and I would study the questions with the answer, like why it is that answer. So it would stick with me. And also I had joined a real estate group thing on Facebook. I would link all this stuff, all the links and stuff that I use, like I would put it in the description box. So and in that specific Facebook group, they have like a study guide in their files thing on that page. So I was actually studying that, and some people would actually have questions like that they know they failed a certain question on the test. So they would come in the group and like, they asked me this question and I chose this answer, but that was wrong. Could somebody tell me why is this other answer? And people actually like go in and tell them the correct answer and why it is that answer. So I'm learning like from other people and their questions and stuff. So I'm just looking through all the posts that was on that page and taking notes of the questions and the answers people had put on there. And also I watch YouTube videos. And the few ones that I actually saw that people was recommending, like it was a few of them that it just didn't do it for me. You know, I did kind of really like this one lady just called Maggie. I think that's her thing. I watched her. I learned some things from her. But the next thing I did is finally I went on her TikTok, and this one specific video she posted that's linked in the description that helped me pass my test. That's how I was able to pass on the 6th time. I'm like, I wish I would have did this previously, but everything happens for a reason. So I'm so grateful for her and her teachings and everything. Like that one specific video, and it was like math questions or whatever, because like I wasn't even trying to study the math. I was just like, forget it, I would never get it. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to study this math if I want to pass. And it was in that Facebook group. They was like, you just need to pass. I think it was like three math questions in order to pass. I was like, oh, thanks for telling me that. So I was like, let me get into this math instead of just keep skipping over it. So her video helped me, and I got more than 3 of them correct on that exam. I'm trying to see if I got the paper right here. I think I put it back. But I actually exceeded that. Let me see, because I know I did take a picture of my results, like when I passed it. Okay, so it's 7 math. The max score for the math is a 7, and I got 4 out of 7 correct. So I exceeded by 1, which is awesome. Still proud of myself. Yeah, that lady, she really helped me. I had to let her know. So y'all, if y'all go look at her, then y'all probably see my comments to her. I had to let that lady know, like, thank you so much. Also on my way to class, and even like on my way to work and stuff, and just day to day, instead of listening to the radio, I would put on this specific podcast, and I would listen to it and take notes on the things that I didn't know or was kind of hard for me to remember, and later go back and review those notes as well. And I made sacrifices too. That's the next thing. Made sacrifices for studying because, mind you, like, I have a full-time job and everything, and I work late hours. Excuse me, my allergies really bothering me. But like, yeah, I work like the night shift. But I made time for studying. I had to fit studying into my schedule. And I was studying in between jobs at my workplace. So like I would be doing different things while I'm at work, like actually doing my job. But when I got just like a little break in between like the different tasks I had to do, I was studying. Also I studied sacrifice on my lunch break. So sometimes instead of for eating, I would be studying. Yeah, that's all. And I would like just go back in my notebook because I had one specific notebook for like the study questions and stuff like that that I had the answers to. I don't mix my notes up with other stuff. Like I had to buy a specific, like a new notebook just for that, so I don't get sidetracked and everything, like getting my notes all mixed up. Like real estate exam, like the state exam and stuff, like even the class exam it could be pretty tough. Like not everybody get on the first try, not everybody get it even on the 6th try. But my advice to you is, like, honestly, don't give up. Do not give up, and surround yourself with encouraging people, not any naysayers or whatever. Like, yeah, I was blessed to be surrounded by those type of people and everything, because 6 times is crazy work, but it could be a lot worse than that. Honestly, I know people, it took them like 8 times and stuff. Like some people just did completely give up, so all that money went back to waste. But my money is not going to waste, because I know, like, making a sale, it's gonna come right back. Like it's all gonna pay off in the end. So I just try not to look at it as a negative thing, you know. Yeah, just really make sacrifices. Pray. Like I pray so much, y'all. It's crazy. I'm like, God, are you hearing me? Like I'm praying to pass this stuff. Like what is going on? But my experience, I feel, is to like help others, because even at my job, people was like, oh, I thought about doing real estate. Like, when I get to going to these classes and stuff, like, I'm gonna need your help and things like that. So it's just like, I'm able to really help people and stuff. I mean, I passed on the first try. You're not really able, like, some people won't really be able to help others because they pass on the first try, you know, but if you've really been like through it, you can help like a lot of people and tell them like, don't give up, and give your pointers that actually what helped you. So good luck to anybody that's getting ready to take, whether it's the class test or the state exam. Like, good luck. um Keep looking, like, research and see what work for different people. You got to know your way of studying, like what which way of studying helps you, if that makes sense. You know, mine is I have to write it down, and that helps me remember a lot. Like, I just can't do like digital like that, just keep watching videos and stuff. Like, I could watch a video, but I have to write as well. That helps me memorize different things. Don't second guess yourself. Don't be going back and change your answers like I did. Be confident. Empty your bladder. Uh, just try not to be too nervous. Like, it's very easy to say don't be nervous, but if you're anything like me, like, you just can't help it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you just can't help it. So, if you gotta take ashwagandha, like, do that. Like, I don't think I was taking ashwagandha at that time. Like, I really wish I did. Like, just out here nervous, shaking. Like, it's a hot mess out there. But whatever, I was somebody's comedy. That lady, she was just like laughing at me like, girl, ain't nothing funny. Like, I'm so serious. Like, these emotions are real. Like, I was going through it. She just didn't know. Like, a few days ago, I was just having a whole mental breakdown. Even before I even got there, like, I'm having a mental breakdown. I'm just like, forget it. I'm not going to the testing site. I'm about to turn around and go home right now. Like, I'm not about to keep embarrassing myself. But I'm glad I stuck it out. I persevered and everything. So just keep pushing, keep studying. No matter how many times you gotta take it, just know it's gonna pay off in the end. It's an investment for sure. Like, it's not gonna go to waste. So eventually you gonna get it. Okay? If you really want it, you really gonna get it. So I hope my material helps a lot of y'all that's taking this journey of becoming a real estate agent. And some things, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get off, but some things are for like specific states, because each state is, and their requirements and their questions and everything are like different, because they have a national portion of the test, and then they have a state portion of the test. So my thing would be try to find something specific to your state, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Even while you're in class, ask your instructor for help. If they don't want to help you, then you can report them. I'm sorry, because that's what they're there to do, is to help you. You can ask people in your class, like, that's on the same journey as you. Ask them questions. Like, you see somebody who actually gets something that you don't understand, ask them for help. Ask them, how did they get it? And honestly, like with the math and stuff, it's more than one way to get the answer. And that's what I learned, because when the instructor showed me a certain way to get to the answer for the math thing, somebody else in class showed me a different way, and I was able to understand it. But then when I was off by myself, like studying at home and stuff like that, I was like, I don't remember how I got this answer. Even though I wrote down the steps, it was just like not making sense to me. And then I came across the Maggie on TikTok and stuff, and the way she even broke it down and helped, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, before I forget, when you get to that testing site, some stuff you want to hurry up and jot down on your scratch sheet of paper, like different formulas or probably like different vocabulary words. Hurry up and jot that down, like have a mental dump, like hurry up and write all that stuff on your scratch sheet of paper. And that's what I did for like the math formula this time. I mental dumped. I was like, okay, I got to remember these different formulas and stuff. So I just hurry up and jot it all down on that scratch sheet of paper. So I would not get to that question like, oh my gosh, like I just forgot. And I was studying even before I went into the building to do it. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Okay, so another thing that really helped me is I recorded my own voice on my iPhone. So, what's that app called? Voice Memo or something? So if you got an iPhone, go to this app right here. And y'all, I literally was recording myself, like the notes that I wrote down and stuff. Instead of keep going back to my notebook and reading it and stuff, y'all, I'm so happy I came up with this idea. Like I thought about, actually, no, it was a girl I work with. She also do like acting and stuff. So she was practicing her lines and she was recording herself in a thing. I was like, let me do that. So I went to the voice note and I was recording myself, just reading off my paper, like the vocabulary words and everything. And I'll start playing that each day, like driving to work and stuff like that. It's like, because I was done with the podcast. Like, I didn't need to hear no more of the podcast and stuff. I took the notes that I needed from the podcast, put it on my notebook, recorded myself, all the notes that I took from the practice test, all the notes that I took from the podcast and stuff. Y'all, literally recording myself in a voice memo. Will go back and play it, have my headphones in at work whenever I could, listen to it like that. Driving in a car, playing it through my speakers, listening to it like that. Like, really cut out music for real. I'm just listening to podcasts, and then when the podcast served its purpose and stuff and I started recording myself, I was listening to myself through the car. And I even was listening to it up until it was time for me to go inside the building to take my test. So that helped me hear my own voice. And when I went in, I jot the vocabulary words down and the math formulas. I wrote those down as well. She over here growling again. But yes, so come back and let me know when y'all pass y'all exam. Let me know which things helped y'all, and then you can help other people. So when you pass, just don't keep it to yourself. Please go and help other people, because you were once in that situation trying to Google and YouTube and TikTok and try to find ways to help you pass the exam. So be a blessing to somebody else, okay? But that's all I got. Thank y'all for watching this video. Good luck to y'all, and see y'all out there in this real estate world. Bye.